Advent is a season of the liturgical year observed in most Christian denominations as a time of expectant waiting and preparation for both the celebration of the Nativity of Christ at Christmas and the return of Christ at the Second Coming. The term Advent is also used in Eastern Orthodoxy for the 40-day Nativity Fast, which has practices different from those in the West. The name was adopted from Latin adventus coming, arrival, translating Greek parousia. In the New Testament, this is the term used for the Second Coming of Christ. Thus, the season of Advent in the Christian calendar anticipates the coming of Christ from three different perspectives: the physical nativity in Bethlehem, the reception of Christ in the heart of the believer, and the eschatological Second Coming. Practices associated with Advent include keeping an Advent calendar, lighting an Advent wreath, praying an Advent daily devotional, erecting a Christmas tree or a Christmas tree, lighting a Christingle, as well as other ways of preparing for Christmas, such as setting up Christmas decorations. Dates. In the Roman Rite of the Catholic Church, the Western Rite of the Orthodox Church, and the Anglican, Lutheran, Moravian, Presbyterian, and Methodist calendars, Advent commences on the fourth Sunday before Christmas, the Sunday nearest to St. Andrew's Day, November 30th. It can fall on any date between November 27th and December 3rd. When Christmas Day is a Monday, Advent Sunday will fall on its latest possible date. In the Ambrosian Rite and the Mozarabic Rite of the Catholic Church, Advent begins on the sixth Sunday before Christmas, the Sunday after St. Martin's Day, November 11th. History. It is not known when the period of preparation for Christmas that is now called Advent began. It was certainly in existence from about 480, and the novelty introduced by the Council of Tours of 567 was to order monks to fast every day in the month of December until Christmas. Traditions. The theme of readings and teachings during Advent is often the preparation for the Second Coming and the Last Judgment. The first clear references in the Western Church to Advent occur in the Gelation Sacramentary, which provides Advent collects, epistles, and Gospels for the 5 Sundays preceding Christmas and for the corresponding Wednesdays and Fridays. While the Sunday readings relate to the first coming of Jesus Christ as Savior as well as to his second coming as Judge, traditions vary in the relative importance of penitence and expectation during the weeks in Advent. Fasting. Bishop Perpetuus of Tours, who died in 490, ordered fasting 3 days a week from the day after St. Martin's Day, November 11th. In the 6th century, local councils enjoined fasting on all days except Saturdays and Sundays from St. Martin's Day to Epiphany, the feast of baptism, a period of 56 days, but of 40 days fasting, like the fast of Lent. It was therefore called Quadridecima Sancti Martini, St. Martin's Lent. This period of fasting was later shortened and called Advent by the Church. Advent wreath. The keeping of an Advent wreath is a common practice in homes or churches. The concept of the Advent wreath originated among German Lutherans in the 16th century. However, it was not until 3 centuries later that the modern Advent wreath took shape. The modern Advent wreath, with its candles representing the Sundays of Advent, originated from an 1839 initiative by Johann Heinrich Wickern, a Protestant pastor in Germany and a pioneer in urban mission work among the poor. In view of the impatience of the children he taught as they awaited Christmas, he made a ring of wood, with 19 small red tapers and 4 large white candles. Every morning a small candle was lit, and every Sunday a large candle. The candles symbolize, in one interpretation, the great stages of salvation before the coming of the Messiah. The first is the symbol of the forgiveness granted to Adam and Eve, the second is the symbol of the faith of Abraham and of the patriarchs who believe in the gift of the promised land, the third is the symbol of the joy of David whose lineage does not stop and also testifies to his covenant with God, and the fourth and last candle is the symbol of the teaching of the prophets who announce a reign of justice and peace. Or they symbolize the 4 stages of human history: creation, the incarnation, the redemption of sins, and the last judgment. In Orthodox churches there are sometimes wreaths with 6 candles, in line with the 6-week duration of the Nativity Fast/Advent. In Sweden, white candles, symbol of festivity and purity, are used in celebrating St. Lucy's Day, December 13th, which always falls within Advent. 4 Sundays. In the Roman Rite of the Catholic Church the Sundays of Advent have distinct themes. On the first Sunday, Advent Sunday, they look forward to the second coming of Christ. On the second Sunday, the Gospel reading recalls the preaching of John the Baptist, who came to prepare the way of the Lord. On the third Sunday, Gaudete Sunday, the Gospel reading is again about John the Baptist, the other readings about the joy associated with the coming of the Savior. On the fourth Sunday, the Gospel reading is about the events involving Mary and Joseph that led directly to the birth of Jesus, while the other readings are related to these.